It's just going. Oh, okay. Morning. Yes, it is morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm Laz. Hi, nice to meet you all. And today we're going through last week's issue of Combat Patrol and this week's issue of Combat Patrol because it was a two-parter. Last week we got the first half of another set of Neophyte hybrids, and this week we got the second part of the Neophyte hybrids. That should be my phone telling me that I've gone live on the portrait mode, so I should be able to come over and join you. Isn't that good? And I should be able to actually make this camera smaller a bit so you can actually see the bottom of the desk a bit easier. That does help, doesn't it? There we go, line me up right. At some point today it should tell me I have gone live on a portrait mode, which is this one. And I just realised I've got to turn it down, otherwise I'll get echo. And then I can come over and join you all in portrait mode afterwards. Isn't that fun? Join. Join. And go on silent mode, please. Wow, that's a lot of notifications that I've woke up to this morning. That is far too many notifications that I've woke up to this morning. So, hello. Shall we get started? We'll do the building part this morning, and then tonight we shall do the reading part. So it's mostly going to be 67 we used today. Or this morning, should I say. But it does have a nice reading section of an insurrection, and we do have a lot of play sections on this one. If you look there, we have Gene Stealer cults versus Space Marines versus Tyrannies. We get faction abilities and combat patrol rules. Apparently. But we'll cover all them tonight. That won't be a problem. Dan, good morning, mate. Good morning. Have you done something to the bed? It's silly o'clock in the morning for you, mate. What's happening? What's happening? You're up really early. But I'm glad you've been able to come in. Thank you very much for coming to join me. And Merry Christmas as well, because it is Christmas Eve where I am. I don't know if it is where you are. It should be by now. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's start building some Neophyte hybrids. And we'll start with the leader. So we need sections 64 and 63 for his torso. And then 16 for the legs. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So I've got 16 is there. Now I've just got to find the 64, which is there, and 63, which is there. And I've only got my bad snips for this morning. Only got my bad snips, which are the Games Workshop official ones. I say my bad snips, they will still work, they will still function, it just requires a little bit more cleanup afterwards. Now, obviously, the Magical World of Sparkles and Oak will not be happening tomorrow night, with it being Christmas Day. But I will be doing a crossover on Monday of the Sparkles. The Magical World of Sparkles and Oak will be hitting models and musings. So we get through a bit of both. No worries, Dan. He's up at 5 in the morning. Hello, Mikael and Steve. Oh, I've got so many of you here today. I'm so happy. So many of you here to come and see me and spend Christmas Eve morning building annoying little models with me. Which now I can't even find my glue cleaner. It's also known as a lighter. Let's go find one of those. You think I'd have one on me, wouldn't you? Everyone here somewhere. Got one. Found it. I know I shout across the bloody house when I found it. Well, I found it. I've got my nozzle cleaner now. No worries, Mikael. I'll see you on the way to the shop, man. As long as you got all your t-shirts yesterday, that's the main thing. And I think we should be okay for tomorrow night as well. So, tiny bit of glue. Use the applicator. Hopefully it's actually worked. So I've cleared it. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I know I did not dry fit this first. So I'm going to have the fun job of trying to actually... I hope you've got your t-shirts, and tomorrow night I think is sorted. So we can go have a bit of a drink. And yes, people, you did hear correctly. I may be going for a bit of a drink. As odd as that sounds, as peculiar as it is, occasionally I do. Now we have 16, which is the legs, and this does have a peg on it, so please don't chop the peg off. You've got to leave that little bit of a nubby peg on the end, so that's what's going to attach the body. These snips are awful. I need to find my blue handled ones. The blue handled ones are great. They're the best snips I've got. So I do need to find them. But that little nubby bit there that you're not supposed to chop off is what goes into the... Basically it's a peg to go into the torso. And if you can line it up right, it should fit nice and snug. If you can line it up right, that is. So I'm going to dry fit this first just to make sure it will go. I don't want to sit there trying it and then it's like, nope, you've lined it up wrong, it isn't going to fit. Because you've put it in the wrong way around, like I just did then. Tried to put the backing forward. So it should dry fit nicely like that. So you know it will work when you put the glue in. These are really, really irritating. So small and fiddly. There we go. So we have the torso and the legs now. Now for the arms, it wants us to use 65, which is his side arm, which I think is going to be like a miniature webbing gun. And he's got a pickaxe. So 65 and 69. So 69 is here with the pickaxe. And we're looking for a pistol for 65. Quite a fancy pistol, which does not appear to be on this sprue, and this is why we couldn't have done it all, at least half of it last week, because they scattered them about the sprues. So arm number 1, and then I want a 65, which is a pistol, which is there. Very, very, very odd looking pistol. Did that come out properly? It did. Excellent. That's the 2 arms. These are the annoying bits now because there's such a small gap on these. They don't always come off or glue on as easy as you want. So make sure you get rid of any burrs, bumps, or bits that are going to get in the way. In this case, I'm just going to file it down. Just remove that excess off. And boom, that one's nice and done. This shoulder didn't have any burr bits on it, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a scuff to help it connect. And then tiny drop of glue. I believe I do have my son and my neighbour's son upstairs at the moment, so there may be some noise in the background. Definitely going to be some noise in the background. Yeah, I can hear them. Good morning, Joey. How you doing, homie? Are you off now? Is that you done for work over the holidays? Get to spend a nice Christmas now with the family. Put your feet up, roll yourself a couple, and enjoy. Is that what part you're up to now? Or have you got to rush in today to do some last minute paperwork? Which I hope not. I should imagine, Dan, you're off now for the holidays. with you being back in construction. 6 days. Oh, it's gonna feel too long. After day 4, you're gonna want him back in. You are. You're definitely gonna want to go back in after day 4. Too much time off. Too much. Back on the 30th, just before New Year. They timed that bloody well, didn't they? What have we got left now for this leader? We need to base him on a 25mm, and I don't know what that is, but I'm getting rid of it. And we need to give him a head. Well, it's saying his head's 102, 103, 104, or 105. Which are not anywhere on that sprue. So I'm going to guess it's going to be one of some of these. 104's there. And it's some of these up here at the end. Which one looks the best? I'm going to go 105. Yeah, I'm going to go for the one with the mouth breathery set. Just because it's less skin to paint and I don't like painting skin. Not that I don't know if I'm going to be painting these or not. That's still to be decided. And if enough people and I do hit them nice milestones, then it will be a giveaway. But if I don't hit those milestones, then I'm afraid I can't afford to do a giveaway. So please do hit that like, the subscribe, check out the links down below. Things like Patreons, and the Discord's free. But there is a small section of the Discord that is only for Patreons. It is a chat section, and it's so that we can chat about 4 times a year. Just us. Me and thee. Good morning, Twisted. Good morning. This is odd because usually I wouldn't expect to be getting my American viewers at this time, but it seems to be the time that I'm getting you all, so it's weird. I think I've caught you all before work. Or when the kids have just woken you up. I'll use the term kids loosely because some of you will have animals, some of you will have humans. Either way, you'll have something waking you up going, I want food. Entertain me. You don't need to have humans to have that. Just normal animals will do that as well. Treat them like bloody kids. Right, so there we have the leader. That's 1 down, 9 to go. These building ones always take a while, don't they? So, that's Neophyte Leader. Now we have the other one with the auto gun and the banner. Where is he? Oh, there he is. So we get another one of these. So that's who we're going to be making. I'll leave him there so I can go through the bits. So his legs are part number 1, and his torso is part number 2 and 3. This one goes in order. I should have remembered this from last time. So we've got 2 and 3 up in this top corner. Good evening, D. And Merry Christmas to everybody who is in chat. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're all having a nice, easy, relaxed morning. Nobody rushing around. You don't want to be doing that on Christmas Eve. I've got to rush around after this. I've got to go drop presents off and I've got to go get milk. We do not wish to be running out of milk. Not with being very big tea drinkers in this house. Both in the fact that we drink a lot of tea and we use big cups to do it. That's 2 and 3 clipped out. Which are both there, and then 1 which is the legs. Now I'm not going to be able to get everyone down give the comparison. If that's what I'm going to build, this is how we're going to build it. But I'll get as many down as I can. Oh, you are working, D. Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't mean to rub that in. Hopefully today's your last day before you get to break for New Year or something. Everyone needs some kind of break over this period. It's stressful when you need a chance to go get drunk. Relieve some of that stress. That's saying that if you drink, that is, if you relieve stress in a different way, then go ahead and do that. You translating into all different languages, Twisted, all your videos. Well, I know you convert your Kafra and Aminet videos into Japanese, is it? Which kind of makes sense if you've got two pretty little kiddies. We are aware that the Japanese do like pretty little kiddies. So that does make sense. So we've got a torso. I don't think I could sit there and put them all into different languages. I think that would break me. I barely do English. Just about do English. Just about. So when it comes to looking for stuff in other languages, I'm not too good. What I do need to find part number 58, which is a gun being held one-handed. I found 57 and 55. But that's not. Oh, there's 58. There it is, right there. Boom. You paint minis to relieve stress. I wish I paint minis for therapy. I would say it relieves stress, but it doesn't actually relieve stress. In some cases, it causes stress. But it's still therapy. It's weird. It still works as therapy, even though I'm getting stressed with it. At the moment, I'm not too bad, though. I say that. I've not tried to glue this arm on yet, and this arm was a pain last time. So let's see how well it goes. You can help me with Polish as much as you like. In fact, that might be a good idea. That way I'm not completely massacring it like I do with everything else that I do in another language, where I try to say it properly and then just completely naff it up. Because, well, I'm English and we don't do things properly. Well, we do things properly, just only our own way. Especially when it comes to language. Because English is so widespread, we just automatically assume that you understand what we're saying. And a lot of people get frustrated when they realise that you don't, and it's not actually your fault, it's theirs. Or not really their fault, but two different languages doesn't always work. No, you'll be fine without Twisted. Google Translate won't make you look like more of an idiot. You've always got the easy comparison. It's like, am I as bad as Laz? No, I'm alright then. Obviously, with tonight being story night, with whatever stories come in these issues, there's also, chances are it's going to be voices as well. So I'd love to see Google Translate have a go at some of those. Yeah, we could take it international, Mikhail, sorry. We could take it international. Or at least keep it European international. With Poland being in the far east of Europe. In what you would think would be the nice place to live. but it's close to some other areas. Let's go to Poland. It's close to a lot of other areas that I'm not too sure about. Now I need another head. 3, 6, 7, 9. So basically all the heads are here in a nice line. So just clip them out as you're going through. Most of them are Joey, but some, especially if you talk like I do and a little bit quickly, not always correct pronunciation or enunciation, it can make it a little bit difficult. I mean, some universal gestures, yes, they go quite easily. But not everything verbally is translated that well, sadly. I think I can do alright, providing it's close enough to the English version of the word. I can kind of make it through, fumbling away. But not always. Okay, so next is, so we've done the second one of these guys. So next is the second guy with the big gun. Is it this one? No, he's the one with the autocannon. But he does get a bigger base. He does get a bigger base, so the other one should have a bigger base up there. No, he's one of the normal guys. As I said, they are up there. I just don't necessarily know where they all are. Is this the one? No, this is the other guy with the rock grinder. Of course, it's everybody that I wasn't looking for. So instead of looking for him, let's go find the pieces. So we need 19 for the legs and 1881 for the torso. Of which none of them are on this sprue. So, oh yes, I found that too. But the algorithm likes you to put into other feeds if your languages are set on your device. So if Twisted, you set them up like you're hoping to get more videos and more reach, and Joey's got you very nice reply to that. Yeah, he doesn't do the algorithm. Smokes, chats, talks, and lets everything else take care of itself. I have a similar outlook on it, Joey. I do me, and if anyone wants to come and watch me, then they can come and watch me. I'm not going to stop them. But if people don't wish to watch me, I'm not going to force them to either. Everyone's here of their own volition and their own choice. I should really put mine age restricted though. Although I don't swear as much as I used to, so maybe not. So there's 19. I need 80 and 81 now. 81 and 80. I'm going through these a little bit quicker than I did last time, which is good. I would hope so as well, if I've already made a set, to be able to put another set together in a relatively good time. 821. At least these aren't as bad as the other ones where it says you can make everyone with hammers and then doesn't let you. It does just a little bit, but as you've both worked out, having that little bit of extra inspiration, shall we call it, can help. It can help. I know I could have done with some this morning, but it is early morning, so I won't. Yeah, I'll give that a rest till later. Go do all my ins and outings and handing off presents and Christmassy things before Christmas Day actually starts. Go see sisters and family. Make sure everyone's got cards and gifts. And then come home to a house that's expecting it all as well. But we've done most of the house. We're okay when it comes to in the house. It's just one or two of the external factors we've not quite managed to do yet. Okay, so on his back he gets part 94, which is the backpack. Now where is part 94 going to be? It's not going to be on this sprue, is it? It's going to be on this one. And it's part 94 is that piece there. With a very nice, super thin little pipe coming off it that's going to connect to a gun. Or it's going to want to connect to a gun, but it's not going to line up right. Because they never do. I need to find my blue snips. These are awful. Glue in the backpack. Make sure Dad is stuck. Slop that over that little bit there, and that gives him his backpack. And then we get to make the big gun. Now the big gun consists of part 90, which you would think would be easy to find. There it is, part 90. I've got to agree with that, Twisted. It is good when your stomach's off. I used it a few times for the same thing. Can't eat. Stomach's not thinking. It's like, no, if we even attempt to eat, it ain't gonna happen. So a little bit, and it helps calm my stomach and sorts my appetite out, and stops me feeling as ill. Nobody likes feeling ill, let's face it. And which one did I not snip? Snip that one. Snip. So I snipped all them. No, gone. There we go. That's 90. 91 is a very small square bit, which is just there, which does go on the side of the gun itself. And good morning to anyone who has come to join us in either portrait or horizontal mode. Thank you for coming in. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Even if you don't celebrate, it's still Christmas tomorrow. Merry Christmas. So we have part 91, which goes on this section in here. Just covers up the inside. And make sure you get this the right way around, because you can try and glue it on upside down and then get frustrated when it doesn't fit. As I found out last time. But the pipes will help you line it up. There's one little pipe across it, and there is little dints on where you can slot it and line it up. And from there you want part 92, which is just the leg stands, which is these ones here. So it's got a 2-point little stand to put the gun on and rest it, because it is a big hefty gun. And he's only a little chappy. Only a little fella. He's not like he's a big hulking space marine. He needs 2 hands for this and something to put on. Now there should be a little groove. There it is. So this little spiky bit here, that bit there, it goes in just under there, and that does actually glue to it as well. So make sure you're getting it facing the right way, so the feet will be sitting flush to the base when you glue it in. And it should look something like that when you're finished. Should. I'm not saying it will, it should. Now for the not so easy part. Now he needs a bigger base. He needs a 32mm base. You do get 2 of these in the set, if you can pick them up, that is. Then we put this arm on and glue him to the base, and then we'll put the other arm on afterwards. A little bit of glue there, tiny little bit on the end where the nozzle's going to connect to the gun. Realise I've just broke the legs off because I'm an idiot. I'll put them back on afterwards. Line up the arm and the gun. And then try and put these little pod legs back on. Without knocking the arm and the gun off. That's going to be the difficult bit. See, there you go, I already knocked the arm and the gun off. Please don't make me hold it. You're going to make me hold it, aren't you? Yep, he's going to make me hold it. Sorry, people, I'm going to have to sit here for a moment. Good morning, Buzzard. Good morning. I hope you're having a nice day, mate, and I hope you've got a nice Christmas planned. Uneventful, if nothing else. Stop insulting myself, no. If I don't do it, you lot start. And I'm better at it than you lot, so if I'm going to have it done, I'll have it done by the best, thank you. When we was having these conversations last night, we know how bad I can go when I want. For those of you who are wondering, Mikhail is currently in the house next door to me. So it does make it a rather interesting one, because you can listen through the door. Oh, this one can get one of the special ones. This one can get a special head. I'm going to give him the weird cone gas mask. It looks funny. No, I'm not leaving something for others. No, I want all the fun. All the fun's mine. If anyone's taking the piss out of me, it's going to be me. Because damn, I'm good at it. What's it? 93. 93 is the arm. Now, I'm sure I spotted 93 earlier. You think it'll be near 94, wouldn't you? But no, it's on the same sprue at least. That sounds like a challenge. It's well, I won't put it past some of you to come up with one or two more creative ones that I'd not quite thought of. But I'm sure a few of you included Buzzard, could think of going, you want to know something? If he wants to go down that road, we can go down that road. And then it becomes something else. Oh, you're right, okay. You're at that place not near my door. There's a few of them around here though, so you could be at one of the others. There's a couple of small lakes near me. And only one of them's just up the street. Well, I suppose technically all of them are just up the street. It just depends which street you walk down. Now let's try and line this arm up so it does actually join the wrist. This is the annoying bit for these. The most annoying bit. Lining the arms up. Once the arms are done, it's nice and easy. It's nice and easy. It's just getting the bloody arms done. They don't like it. They don't like going in the right place. They don't like staying still. They're just annoying little bits of plastic. Not like nice big chunky Space Marines. Yeah, about that much. About 50 metres away. I don't know, I can pop my head out the window and have a look if you want. We have the big weapon. The first big weapon. So we have the banner bearer, we have the leader, and we have the big weapon. No worries, Buzz. Just give me a ring if you're in the area. It's like, lads, I'm coming over, stick a kettle on. Not a problem, I'll stick a kettle on. Just let me know if you're having tea or coffee. Those of you who do know where I live, you're well aware that I have no real problems with people turning up. Just please let me know first, just in case I'm in Tesco. And now we built the second one. Now we built the version of this guy, which is the heavy stubber dude. So now we build heavy stubber. 83 and 82. I've got a feeling those are going to be... Yep, there they are. 83 and 82. I spotted them earlier. And somehow I've managed to remember where they were. Don't ask me how. I know I don't have a memory. It doesn't work. My memory is Sparkles. And Sparkles did a test that says she's got no memory. So I'm screwed. Because I use Sparkles as my memory. Because she's got a better memory than me. And apparently she's not got a very good memory. So you can see how that's going to go, can't you? Not very well. Not very well at all. So glue onto the bodies. Now that we've got the two body pieces out. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the last one we've just done. Just it's got a different gun. But whereas whatever that big worry thing looks like, this one's just got kind of like a heavy machine gun. So 28. If anyone spots it before me, let me know. Nope, there it is. There's 28. Snip, 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 snip. As I said, I don't like these snippers because they're not that sharp, and they're very clunky, and they've got quite a flat tip rather than a pointy tip. So I don't like them. I prefer my blue ones, but I don't know where they are. I'm guessing they've gone and found my wet palette, which I still haven't located yet. File off the bottom of the feet just to get them flat. Little bit of glue around his waist on the little peg, and then we peg him. Not like that. God, some people have such dirty minds. And don't tell me none of you thought of it, because I know at least 2 of you did. I know. You're worse than me. And that's saying something. So he wants, for his arms, he wants 87 and 88. Well, there's 87 and there's 88. They're quite next to each other. That's good. Oh, that's brilliant, that, Steve. That's brilliant. Go get a brain scan. Did you find anything? No, didn't find nothing. Told you, he's now up there. Gives a tenner, I win. That'd be the type of crap I pull, but I wouldn't have a bet with my mate. I'll just tell my missus. I was like, Sparkles, no, you know they're not going to find anything, don't you? They're going to go for a brain scan. It's going to come back negative. It's not even going to come back. Oh, well, you might have this wrong with the brain. No, it's just going to come back and nope, missing. Oh, I wish we'd see. I forget to write notes, Twisted. So what I end up doing is I end up rambling around the house, and I hope that something that I say gets remembered. And if it's anything to do with the kids and something that they're going to get, oh yeah, that gets remembered. That's not a problem with that one. If it's something for me and Sparkles to do, not so much. Not so much. We may forget. I know I've got to go out and get milk this morning, but I know that because cereal and hot chocolate hit the milk hard. And then with an extra cup of tea, yeah, you run out of milk quite quickly. What was that, Steve? You fell asleep during the CAT scan and woke up with the whole team. I got told off. I went for the big polo machine with the big magnet. What's that one called? Is that a CRT scan? That one, anyway. I got told off because I got into the groove of the noise that it makes. So I'm sat in there kind of bopping away, and apparently you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to sit still. But, if you get into it and it's got a decent MRI, that's the one. Yeah, so I got into the MRI sound. And started not quite dancing to it, but certainly moving to it. Can you stop doing that, please? So sorry. I'll try and stay still as much as I can. But it's got such a good beat to it, hasn't it? You're not supposed to dance to the MRI machine, sir. Well, someone's gonna have to change the rhythm that it spins at then. I fall asleep on the dentist chair. That's a weird one that people don't seem to understand. How can you fall asleep on the dentist chair? They're horrible places. They're not, they're quite nice. Put a pair of nice sunglasses on you. And then you just open your mouth and they do whatever they're doing, and then you wake up and they're done. Yeah, the woes of getting old. You're not allowed to dance when you find something nice musically. They want you to go for prods and stuff where they can, not nice. Insert things where your body's not meant to have things inserted. Pick whichever place you want for that one. But as you get older, they get weirder. They're getting horrible. They want to do stuff to you. And some of that stuff you don't want them to do to you because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt, it's just uncomfortable. But we have the head. Oh, we forgot the backpack. The backpack is 89. How could I forget the backpack? Laz, you idiot. You forgot the backpack. Quick. Go get it. There it is. Got the backpack. 89. Right there. Yes, Graham, we do. We have the first of 2 Christmas Eve streams. This one is the building of last week's and this week's Gene Stealer cults from the Combat Patrol magazine. And tonight we'll be reading the stories and the missions and stuff from both the Combat Patrol magazines. That has just gone flying into the place of no return. Hi, all is well, Graham. All is well. I hope everything is nice and hunky-dory over your side of the hill. I say hill, it's technically a mountain range, but it's only a small mountain range at the end of the day, isn't it? Right, that backpack has just fallen down here. I know it has because I heard it hit a box. But where it is from here, well, that's a different bloody story entirely, isn't it? Please don't say you've fallen in the paint box. That's just not funny. Right, he's going to have to live without his backpack for now. He's going to have to live without his backpack. I will find it at some point, probably by standing on it in bare feet and going, what was that? So I will find it eventually, it's just, I don't know where it is right now. So let's put his head in. He doesn't need a backpack too badly. He's got an assault. He's got the heavy stubber. That is a good idea, Graham. Everyone's been paid. Nothing else matters now. Just turn all the computers off. Done. Can you imagine what you've been through, Steve, with your 2 types of cancer? No. No. Apart from way too frigging much. Way too much is the answer to that one. Right. We have the Weber. Not the Mark, just the Weber. And because it's weird of the way it's laid out, he should put the body together here and then starts for the rest of it there. So 4 be the legs, 5 and 6 be the torso. Don't ask me why my accent changed, I'm not sure. 4, 5 and 6. You would think 4, 5 and 6 would be quite easy to find. 5, 4, 6. So 4, 5 and 6 all in a nice row there. It does work. You need to get a cup of tea in you, Graham. Sort that headache out. Get some liquids in you. Dehydration is not fun. I hope Dee's got his cup of tea as well. And Joey, coffee. Dan, coffee. Twisted. Morphine. But please stay hydrated. It is a good start. Make sure you've got a drink. Even I've got a big cup of tea. My big nearly pint cup. Well, look, some at Northwest Finest, Orrington. You know when you found a good tea bag, when Yorkshire tea becomes your backup. That's how you know you found a good tea bag. And I don't mean what them silly little kids do to you when they kill you on, like, Battlefield. That's not that type of tea bag. Do you think parts of figures dropped on the floor? I think they are Lego in disguise, waiting to be. Well, I've got a piece of Lego down there as well, so I'm wary about going down there. I'm very wary. I've got Lego, I've got World Eaters, I've got paint, I've got basic materials, I've got 2 entire armies. So I have a lot under my desk, which makes it very, 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 very difficult to find stuff sometimes if it bounces too far under. Yes, all the coffee for Twisted. All the coffee. I'm afraid you can't have all of it. The Square Table Degenerates will be nicking some, as will Arius and the Nation. They will be nicking some also. Because tea just didn't take off over in America, did it? Or it did take off when you launched it into the water. You don't make tea with salt water. That's probably why it doesn't taste right. If you chuck it in salt water, it doesn't make a good brew. Ooh, 100. So it's like a litre of coffee and a grand slam from the dab rig. That'll get you sorted, won't it? That'll get you up and done for the day. No, I've not had any coffee. I have had nicotine on my little road out to go get the magazine today. Sparkles picked up for me last week because I wasn't able to actually move when I needed to go down and get it, which is not a good thing. But Sparkles, being the wonderful person she is, picked it up for me, and the staff members know who she is, so they know to hand it over. Speaking of handing it over, Not necessarily handing it over, but if anyone wishes to go from a portrait mode view to the full screen view, both streams are available, so you can take your choice of whether or not you watch big picture version of me or little picture version of me. Either one is good. So now we need 77 and 78, which is going to be the web gun. Oh, this is the big bulky one out of all the three, isn't it? So this is... No, that's the flamer. That's the web gun. That one there. 77, see? Yeah, wake you up and go straight back to sleep afterwards. But I've had those days though, Twisted. I've had those days where you felt bright and chirpy when you got up in the morning, and then you've done a couple of things and then you're tired again. Going back to bed, it's like, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm too old for this shit. Somebody take me back. What was that? 77, wasn't it? No, I need 78. It's got to be on here somewhere. That's 32, 75, 72. 38, no, definitely a 78 I need. 78. Oh, yeah, 78 is that one. Because 5 was a torso and 5 went in there as a torso, so this little arm here has to be 78. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's not a very combustible thing at all, that is it, Steve? Jesus, man. Bananas are good for potassium. Don't forget to peel it first, Graham. Don't forget to peel it first. Oh, we put a bit of glue on the webby gun on his shoulder anyway. And then we line his shoulder up on this arm, like this section, and hopefully it stays in place long enough for me to get this arm, glue it up, snip that bit of a burr off. Now, my mold line remover is also under my desk. I did see it down there, so I know it's available. They've probably posted this set early because it's Christmas, in fairness, Graham. They wanted to make sure it gets there on time because they can't let it get there late because then you have room for complaints and you'll be able to ask for things like refunds, discounts and stuff like that. So they have to make sure it gets there on time, which is why it's probably arrived early, this one. Ooh, we have the webby gun guy. Now we just need one of the many, many, many heads. Loads of them down there. Just one of those. I kind of want to keep most of them with goggles or some kind of mask if I can. Just to limit the amount of skin that I may have to paint in the future. But if it does turn out that I end up painting these, they will be getting a custom colour scheme. They won't be getting the same colour scheme that the magazine wants you to paint. And the only ones that will get anything close to that are the World Eaters, and they've not showed us how to paint those yet, and I've already started. So there is always that extra bonus of you can just do it yourself, you don't have to wait for the magazine. And we get the model, we've now got a head on it, and then we get the base. Two little blobs on the feet, please. Just one or two. Pop him in there. Slide him back a bit because he's a bit too far forward on the base. And then we have the guy with the web gun, who's just took a dive off. You're worse than Barnaby, you are. Stay in your base and don't dive. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 made so far. So the leader, 3 special weapons, and the banner bearer. That should mean everybody else is relatively simple. Body, well, torso, legs, gun, head. Should be how everyone else goes. Starting with number 7. So that's 11 and 12 for his body. If we can find these things. Why is it always not the sprue I pick up first? EB! What is up, my homie? I hope you're doing well at 6 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. Too early in the morning, let's face it, it's too early in the morning. Right, so I found 11. And there's 12. Oh, I found the 2-piece. They take a while to find these things, don't they? They do. And I've just realised something. I've probably not even got the chat on the right thing. I've probably got it on top chat and not even live chat. So people could be doing the chatting and the talking and I'm not seeing it, and that's not good. You just get middle of the month and now it's shifted to the end and it's shifted back to 3 weeks over the course. So you're getting earlier and earlier every month, Graham. But you've at least started putting them together now. That's good. And you did the same with Stormbringer, which is the Age of Sigmar variant for those people who are wondering what's Stormbringer. Stormbringer is the Age of Sigmar variant of the magazine. You got a lot of different things, and that's where I end up getting my Squig Riders from, and my 2 chariots, and all my Stormcast. Yes, we do. We have Steve in the chat. See, if we can just get Ezra now, it'll be the originals. It'll be the OG crew. Although I've got a feeling Ezra's going to be in work today. Well, for those who are thinking, what do you mean? It's like, I have started this channel. It's 4 years old. It's older than you may expect it to be. And obviously there have been very, very few people who have been here from the start. 3 of those people are the Eclectic Beard, Steve, and Ezra. I currently have the Eclectic Beard and Steve in chat. No Ezra. If Ezra pops in now, it will be a big shock to me. It would be a big shock to me. Graham, you know my answer when it comes to models. Yeah, they are. Yep, they are the original fearsome foursome from the Eclectic crew as well. It's where we all kind of congregated, with me doing silly things like bouncing and having conversations across servers, just to annoy the moderator at the time. Oh, cool! You spoke to him last week. Excellent. I hope he's doing well. I know he spends a lot of time working. He has his own business, so he spends a lot of time making sure his business is working. He's running. He's functioning right, which is understandable. I do wish I speak to him more. I wish to speak to a lot of people more though, but I get distracted, shiny, and then I forget what I was even thinking about, never mind what I was doing. Which is why the camera in my here. Yeah, essentially, Graham, You cracked it on the nut there. Sparkles will kill you if you send me hundreds of models. And let's face it, it is hundreds of models. I would quite happily take them. Sparkles will then dig a hole in the garden and put me in it. I'm not sure. I know they were definitely there before I was, EB. Steve, Aisha, and Ezra were definitely there before me. I wasn't the last, but I wasn't the first. There were a few people in there. I was just active at the start. Much more active than I am now, but that's different reasons. I'm not as active on Discord as a whole as I used to be. Mainly because it can get a bit overwhelming if you just if you give Discord the dedication and the attention that it would want, and it would quite happily take, you can get a bit swamped. So in this case, not your server, but other servers coming through all the time, and it's just like I need to unplug, just take it off a bit. Yes, you did drag me over from the free server. Oh god, this is going back a while now, because this is about 5 years ago now, EB, come on. You had your channel changed over for about a year. And then I started about a year after. Actually, I'm blaming you. You're the reason I'm on YouTube. So if anyone wants someone to blame, it's the Eclectic Beard. He's the one you blame. He's the reason you've got me sat in front of you right now. It's his fault. He introduced me to these people on a Friday night that used to get drunk and take the mick out of each other. And it was hilarious, and it was great, and it was fun. And I had a camera in my face. And it didn't bother me. So I decided to take up YouTube as therapy, because cameras don't bother me. So I'm blaming it all on EB. All of it. Every last bit. Anything that you've had gone through this channel that has annoyed you or you've not been happy about, go rant at him. It's his fault. We did. We had a few weird conversations, Steve. We had conversations, a lot of them about space. A lot of space conversations happened. We need another random head out of the big long list of heads now. So we've done 40, 41, 11, 10, 11, 12, 41, 42 and a head. Streaming could be quite fun. The problem is with streams, you never know what the stream's going to turn out like. So it could be a really fun stream. It could be one that's lots of people come in and chat to you. It could be one where not many people and you end up having quite a good chat with one or two people. Streams can vary quite a lot to what makes a good stream. I've had lots of good streams. Lots and lots of them. Some of them, as aforementioned, quite a few people came in, and we've had a good chat between like 12 of us. Me being one of them, obviously the other people being in the chat. And then of other times there's only been 2 people in the chat. But because there's only 2 people in the chat, my attention's obviously only drawn to those, and we can have more of a conversation. If too many people start typing it, I lose where it's up to on the screen and it disappears, so I don't always get to see it. So it has benefits for having lots of people and benefits for not having lots of people. The more people in chat, it allows you to talk to each other more as well. So it's not just me then. Because as much as I do enjoy talking, and I know I don't shut up, sometimes you might not want to talk to me. You might be having a conversation with somebody else in chat about something completely different. And that's great. But if you're talking to me, I need to be able to see it on this thing. Pardon me. EB. I used to do streams before I migrated content to the current channel that you call the Sunday Fun Day, that involved way too much drinking and overall stupidity. Way before you started doing the UK stuff, like hot sauce shots, alcohol shots, folks being shot with air rifles, eating the world's hottest chocolate bar. Yeah, you don't miss that, do you not? Do you not miss that? I don't blame you. I've seen the chocolate bar one. That's funny. That is funny. I know you're not supposed to laugh at your friend going through pain, but it was funny. Right, what am I looking for now? I'm looking for 24 and 23. Well, they should hopefully be on some of these somewhere. And if it's not on that one, hopefully it's one of these. And there's not that many torsos left, so there we go, 24 and 23 right up in that top corner up there. What have we got? Twisted, you like watching streams, but you don't like doing them so much. See, it's the two sides of YouTube. You've got the ones who like streaming, and you've got ones who prefer to edit and have a nice polished video. And you've got the ones like me where it's like, nope, just raw, 100%, not gonna edit. If it comes out of my mouth, it comes out of my mouth. Too late. I can imagine that, AB, you're getting a little bit more unhinged to the Friday Throwdown. But in fairness, the Friday Throwdown did have dead weight on there. No offense to the people that were on there, but if there was 10 people up, there was only really 3 or 4 actually doing anything or saying anything or talking, unless the host invited everyone to take part in an exercise of some kind. And when I say an exercise, it's usually, we're going to play Oregon Trail and see who survives the longest. Or we're going to play this old style game that everyone can have the names in and we'll see who survives the longest. It is weird. It's got to be over 4 years ago, Steve, because I've been going for 4 years and it started way before that. So it's either 6 years ago, 5, 6 or 7 years ago that it technically all started, and that's when we can all start blaming EB for all the wrongs in the world. All of them. Every single one. We need a 43 and we need a 44. There is a 43 and there is a 44. Well, this one looks like he's got a kind of AK style rifle. Or that more well-known style of assault rifle. If it even is an assault rifle. Yeah, the AK is an assault rifle. I'm pretty sure it is. Exactly. There are a few. I mean, I did do my fair share of making fun of people. So I can't say I'm entirely free from any blame on those, but I give as good as I got, and I got as good as I gave. And that's what made it fun. But still, my favourite night on a Friday night throwdown was me, you, Captain, BC. And let's clear the panel. If you ain't talking, you're a victim. And the only one who got away with it was the host. Yes, we are all still here, and we are all still friends. That is a good thing about it, Steve. I still need to go back over. Well, you go down to the caravan now a lot more, don't you? So getting to over tea is going to be a little bit more difficult than what it was in the first place. And it wasn't easy because I've got to go supervised. And last time I got to go because Ezra was meeting me on the train. So, yay, thank you, Ezra. Ezra was my supervision for that weekend. Which meant I got to do stuff. And go out and spend a weekend in Liverpool. Playing a bit of 40k. You were having drinks. I was not. I was doing my thing. Quick game of 40k, which was fun. I went to face you, Steve, and I was expecting to face Grey Knights, not Imperial Guard. But it was still a good game against Imperial Guard. I just feel sorry for Ezra because I came prepared to face Space Marines. Guards are not Space Marine. They don't last as long. They get blasted easier. Yeah, you don't get much from panels. I found out the hard way as well. Unless your panel members have predetermined audiences or pre-established audiences, you don't get much from a panel show. Not on YouTube anyway. You can do guests, but the guests have to be a big enough draw themselves. So, for instance, you would be a big enough draw for my channel. I would not be a big enough draw for your channel. Kind of works that way. You've been sat on a video you need to edit for a month now. 800 gig of Fucking hell, mate. What have you filmed it in? That's a big file. That is a very, very big file. What quality have you filmed that in? Well, talk up, you've got a couple of editors in the chat with you. For 800 gig, either it's a really, really long video. Really long video. Or it's just at a stupidly high quality. Either way, that's a lot of space on your hard drive. I need to head now. For you, 1080's fine, dude. Just film in 1080. Most people don't even run 4K. Or if you think they do, they're not actually capable of running it. I've got a 4K TV. Yeah, of course you have, love, but it's still only receiving a 1080 signal, and you can't tell the difference. So, 1080 is more than sufficient. You don't need 4K. How many have we done so far? 2, 4, 6, 7. We've got 3 more to go. The GoPros. See, I'm lucky because this GoPro doesn't record, so I'm lucky about that. Just spoke to Ezra. He's really I thought he might have been busy in work, Steve. But a big hello. Cheers. I'll message him over today actually. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'll try and get a message over to him today because I've not spoken for too friggin' long. But I could use that excuse for lots of people, really, couldn't I? Alright, so 26 and 27 for the next. Because I've skipped one by the looks of it. So 26 and 27 this time. Unless that was 24 and 23 that I just did. And if I've still got 15 and a 14 on here, I may not have skipped too much. No, I've still got 15 and 14 on here, so I'm looking for 27 and 26. Well, that's 27 right there. Ooh. Getting up, yep, I'll have a bit of that. Please, Joey. And if you want to drop a coffee off on the way past as well, I shan't say no. Not that you live close enough to drop one off on the way past, but you get the idea. So 27, 26 and 25 for the next chappie. Oh, I wouldn't mind building Chappie actually. That would be a fun model, wouldn't it? Actually get the robot from Chappie and build that. I'm not confident enough to attempt a scratch build of it, so I'd have to try and find an actual model kit. No worries, mate. See you back in a few minutes once you've been to the Tesco around the corner. The Tesco around the corner. 27 and 26. Just realised I'm in the living room on my own. They've all left me. Sparkles has left me. Mini Laz has left me. They've all gone. No worries, EB. Yeah, you don't want my voice chirping up in the back of an Only Fools and Horses reaction. Rodney, you plonker. We're getting there, Last 3 to do. And that'll give us 2 units of these hybrids, 1 unit of the aberrants, and a unit of the other hybrids, and a Magus. So it does give us a fair few models now. 25. So at least part way on towards getting a tabletop force, at least for combat patrol ready. This will need a big expansion if you wanted it to get ready for a 2,000 point tabletop battle. This will need a lot more work. But as it stands for a combat patrol, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. I think we just have the bikes and the Goliath. Is it the Rock Grinder? Or Ridge Runner? Something like that. It'll tell us tonight when we get to the back page. Because it's another double episode, a double issue in the next one, which is quite handy because that's next week, which is the middle week between Christmas and New Year. The week when everybody's done in, ate too much, drank too much, now sat on the sofa feeling sorry for yourselves, or myself in this case. And then the week after we get the second part, and that means we can make the big vehicle. But it does mean we get another double stream as well. So I'll do the building in the morning and do the reading in the afternoon as I do on double issues. We have somebody stood on the base, trying not to fall over, please. And then we want 52 and 53. There be 52. But where be 53? Be 56. 53 is not even on this sprue. Of course it's not. Why would the 2 pieces that I need be together? What's 85? 47. 50? I'm not seeing a 53 though. There it is. It is on the same sprue. It's actually not that far away from 52 either. I'm blind. I'm going blind. I can't see basic things in front of me anymore. Just what you always wanted. And we get another basic slug firing automatic rifle, which in the 41st millennium is the equivalent of a flashlight. Flashlight, not fleshlight. Rock lobster. Dun, 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 dun. I do like rock lobster. B-52s are great. They're fun. I've got that stuck in my head now, Joey. I've got rock lobster stuck in my head. Ooh, you bugger. You bugger. Of all songs to get, I got B-52s. They don't leave easily. Once they get in there, that they stay. Right, so we just hold all this in place now, just to make sure it's not going to do exactly what it's just done, which is knock itself out of position. No, stay there. Stay there, right there. Let's use a few bashing videos. I use Scratch built some really fun ones. You're going to call the series How to Be a Basehead. Oh, Joey, he's aware of that. Yeah, you are talking to a fellow American. So certain slang things like that, they will not be missed. They will not be. They will. Yeah, he knows. I'm probably purposely chosen. If I know Twisted well enough, yep, he's chosen that name because of that connotation. So the older people will be going, has he put that? Has he really put her? And then the younger kids are going, what? I don't get it. We should definitely get some attention from those who, as you said, it's quite an old term now. But it doesn't mean to say that people won't get it and know what it is. So we have the guy number 8, which is plain straightforward cannon fodder. 14 and 15, and then 9 and 8. 14 and 15, I'm hoping I'm on this sprue. 17 and 18. 14, 15, and 13, which is a leg. So all in this nice little area. It'll be an interesting thumbnail to build for. Base heads. I don't think I could get away with using any old slang terms for stuff like that out of the English out of the British variants, because most of them are quite well known. And even if they're not well known, it's quite obvious that it's a derogatory term. I don't think I'd get away with using many on mine, which is a shame because I'd like to do play on words if I could. One of the fun things about the English language is how playful it can be. The English language can be very playful. Glue. Glue, 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 glue. The front bit. Slap it together. Sorry, a bit of the accent came out there. Bit of the old accent. You finally think you found an Only Fools episode that you can clip? Well, to that, sir, I say my very best of looks to you, because it is Only Fools and Horses. And it's BBC, and they don't like letting anything pass unless they're getting paid for it. So good luck. I hope it comes up, because I wouldn't mind watching some of those. Yes, if you technically are what the word says, then you're allowed to use it. It's like black people using a certain word that I'm not allowed to say. There's a reason I'm not allowed to say it. I ain't one of them. You using the word retard, Graham, because you do have something on that spectrum yourself. Perfectly acceptable. I start calling it people that I'm being it. I get hate speech thrown at me. You're doing that because you've got hate speech. No, he's my mate and it's a term of endearment, and he's a bit of a tad. Yeah, English is just ridiculous for accents. Slang, it's just... Oh dear God, no. No. Too many. I mean, you've heard it just going up and down this country, up and down England. You drive for 30 minutes, you drive past 40 different accents. Oh, fair use, we met completely and utterly on that then, mate. Well and truly. 6, 7, right, yes, I wanted this one. So if you can get only 2 or 3 minutes, and the rest is all you, then easily you're getting fair use. Although I got copyright strikes as well. They sent me a little reminder saying, you don't own the rights to that song. You're not supposed to play it. So, right, okay. I'll admit you own the rights to the song, but I'm keeping it on my bloody stream. Go away. So it's still there. It's just being contested as to who owns. Well, not even contested. They're just making sure that they own the rights to the song. And on that stream, though, I did play quite a bit of music, so it could be anyone who's claiming for that. 39 would be this man's. Nope, this is wrong. I should have done 31 and 32. 39 come down here. You are the last guy. 31 and 32. 31's there. 32's there. Right next to each other. So let's see what's going on now. Sometimes my chat's easy to follow. Sometimes it just goes off. You all just go off on your own and I can't keep up. So I try and do my best. We're not that bad. You should be able to understand us most of the time. Even if we had a drink. Or a smoke. Or both. And maybe some extras. And 1 or 2 bonuses. But generally we're alright to understand. So we need 31, which is this arm. And then glue the other arm in, pop his head on, and then we do the final guy. And this is why I do 2 streams on a double issue day. Because 10 guys are it's actually quite a bit to make, an hour and a half to put them all together. Closer to 2 hours. I don't think anyone could sit and watch me for more than 2 or 3 hours at once. So I'll give you all a break. Let you all come back later after I finish these. And that way you don't have to put up with my droning, monotonous voice, nor my very, very, very weird sense of humour. For the entire day, anyway. If you wish to come back later, please feel free. You said some Brits. Yeah, I know. I'm an anomaly, Joey. I know. I don't have a standard British accent. Well, I do, but not as broad as some other people in similar areas. There are areas that are very close to me where the accent is so broad, even I struggle. I've just glued the wrong foot because I'm a dick. That's why. But there are some British accents that are difficult to understand. Geordie, definitely. If you get too far out in the sticks in Scotland or Ireland as well, they can start warping into something that's not English anymore. And starts becoming a whole new language into itself. I know my accent isn't as pronounced, and you're wrong, Graham. There's the red rose, and if yours is still white, then get out there on the battlefield and make it red. That's what you should do. And you've not even got the excuse, you've got a shotgun. In England. You can do it. Cut his fucking head off. Sorry. That's not the right thing to do. Don't do that. We want 8 and 9 for this one, which is 8 is there, 9 is there, 7 is there for the legs. Nice throw of 3. This will be the last gentleman we are making today. Yeah, you've got no chance in the Irish sticks or the Scottish sticks, or even some of the English sticks either. It's just nope. I can't even attempt to do the accent to tell you how bad it is gonna be. Paco, hello. We are building Gene Stealer cults. We have got how many left to build? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've done 9, so I'm just building the last one now, which is torso, legs are all here. That's 7, 8, and 9 if you've got the sprue in front of you. Then that will be the second set of neophyte hybrids. I had to look because I can't remember what they're called. Not being a collector of the Gene Stealer cults, it does leave it a bit weird. So I know some of the units, like the Gene Stealers and the Brew Lord, because they go in my Tyranids. But I'm not as clear on the human side. I know most of them have hybrid in the name somewhere. But other than that, I'm not that clued up on them. Let's see where we are up to on both chats. Yeah, they are quite. Yeah, well, lovely. Lovely's a bit of an overstatement for these Paco. These are an absolute pain in the rear end to put together. Let's see where we're up to. Should make a map of accents. That would be an interesting one, Joey. It'll take a while to edit though. But a map of accents, especially across the states, that would be nice. We don't get to hear all the stateside accents. We just get to hear the more popular Hollywood ones, the New York accent, the Chicago accent, the Los Angeles, the Californian accent, Texas accent. So we get the Hollywood popular ones, but we don't get some of the deeper ones, the ones that are 2 turnings off Route 66 down that desert road. We don't get those very often. And when we do, they generally don't get portrayed very well. Because if you've jumped off one of those dirt track roads, usually a banjo starts playing afterwards. 89, which is there. And I need 88. Final arm. Arm 88. Not 88, 38. You absolute buffoon. 38. 38. Let's look for the right number. Well, it ain't. It is not on that one. See, I can't really blame you for that one, Joey. When I went to see Captain, he had his friend with him, and I struggled to understand his friend as well. No problem understanding Captain. Perfectly fine. Conversation flowed like the Ganges. His friend, however, I couldn't understand half the words that were coming out. And, whew, nope, no idea. Could have given me a dictionary, a translator, and Google Translate all at the same time, and I still wouldn't have had a clue. But the problem is, Captain didn't realise I couldn't understand at the time, so he didn't try to offer to translate because he thought I understood. Nope. I did not. Your friend seemed like a very happy person. Or his friend, should I say. But I could be wrong. He could have been a very angry person, just coming across very happy. The last ChillCon unit is curing. Anyone going to ChillCon in 2026? Please give our Graham a bit of a wave. We've got to have a peruse at his table. Maybe even buy yourself a space bear or some dice. But he will be there. He will be there. Nope. Nope. West Virginia is not an accent. West Virginia is an accident. There's a difference. Now, isn't West Virginia like southern? With more of a twang on it than most people would even think is possible. Did I know in Iceland it is illegal to have sex on Christmas Eve? You will be arrested if caught. Not sure about the other supermarkets though. Steve, it's still early in the morning. Don't start doing stuff like that because I read it out before pre-reading. Gotta get me in trouble with Sparkles. Oh, West Virginia's stuck in the mountains. Oh dear. Yeah, that's when the banjo does come into play, isn't it? Sorry, got a little bit. Called Ohio O'Het. That's not even close. Uh, right, you're all going off onto American handball now. I'm going to get lost. You're talking about American handball or American soccer, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to get lost because I don't know all the names and things. I am not an American handball follower. And there we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have all 10, including 2 heavy weapons, would be in the heavy stubber and whatever that weird thing is called. We have the Weber gun. We have the leader with the mini Weber gun. We have the banner bearer. And then we have 5 standard grunts. That makes a full 10-man squad. Full 10-man unit. It is now 12 o'clock, lunchtime. I'm expecting Mini Lads to be down at any moment, saying he's hungry. Because he does. That's what kids do. So tonight, now that we've built all of them, we do still have all the reading to do from the first magazine, which is 67. If we can find the front of it. So we've got all the reading to do from 67, which, as I said, is going to be detachments and a few combat patrol rules, as well as reading through the entire magazine of 68 tonight, which is going to tell us more about Outrider Broods, and the campaign continues, as well as the Hybrids Part 2. We also have some extra terrain pieces and all the cards that are going to tell us all the special rules and all the army-wide rules and the stratagems, as well as the enhancements. We'll go through those tonight when it's all the reason. So I'm going to call this stream done for today, now that I've actually built the models. Building them takes just as long as reading through all the magazines, so that's why I split it. All done, all nicely worked through. Thank you everybody who's come in to see me today. If you've not hit the like already, just slap that thumbs up. It owes you money. Give it a good crack. And I will see you at the usual times in about 9.5 hours. So 9:30 tonight, again 9.5 hours. I will be back up later to do the reading, and I look forward to seeing you all then. If you don't make it, please enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Have a good day tomorrow and today. And if I do see you later, well, we'll have a chat then. Drive safe, everyone, and I'll see you in a bit. I can't use